I'm hoping to get lots of hearts today while being on Periscope. This is my first official live one. Hey, LL Cater, how you doing? Maybe I said it wrong. I apologize, and you can correct me by sending a chat. But you all feel free to chat with me. Let's go ahead and get started. It is 8 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time. I am excited to... And, for too fast. Hi, my name is Thom Reed, aka LTL, at TL Reed 97. I work for FamilySearch International, the largest nonprofit family history organization in the world. Thank you for Mrs. RSS for joining. Today we're going to talk about the Freedmen's Bureau project. We're part of the worldwide indexing event that FamilySearch has put on, and so I thought it'd be fun just because I'm, the project manager with the Freedmen's Bureau project. Oh, hey, how you doing? I don't know if I should say your good name. Good morning to you, Ms. RSS. I don't know if you want me to say your full name on or not. I won't call you out like that, which is kind of hard because sometimes I want to call people by name. But if you haven't scoped before, I know there's a few of you who have joined. Right now we're about just 10 of us right now. And if you are joining with the replay, hi, how you doing? Glad you could join the replay. But the best way, if you're on live, to just is to send me like a little chat or whatever. This is the funniest thing about Periscope that I found in the last few days, if I've embraced it, is it is perfect for people with ADD, because people just be throwing comments in there and all of a sudden it takes you on a tangent like it is right now with me. You don't have to have like a set script and presentation. I will go through some stuff live online, but yeah, if hey, Real Komatsu, wonder if you have any ties to Japan. I lived a couple years in Japan, so Komatsu is near and dear to my... Actually, I worked for Caterpillar for a while too. So, Imaginative Cows has joined. That's good. So I'm glad we're getting some people to hop on here as we talk about the Freedmen's Bureau project, as we talk about indexing these records. That's the biggest thing with them. We have these records on June 19th. We obviously announced what was going on with, the release of these records to be indexed and calling on volunteers. We're going to make sure we have a couple of, as things pop up, and I get comments sometimes that aren't helpful to the discussion we're talking about. And so I will block a user or mute them for the time being, things like that. So just so you know what's going on as you see different things happening there. But like I said, June 19th, we released, this project, kind of started this project, kicked things off. We went with the Discover Freedmen site. So I'm going to take you to the Discover Freedmen site. Just if you're not familiar with our project, it's discoverfreedmen.org is the URL. Again, apologies that I'm so tight on the screen, but that's just kind of the way I've got to roll. But if you want to get involved, you can see here how to get involved. You can actually watch our stream from the day of the event. There was a 45-minute kind of press conference that you can watch by clicking on there. You can learn more. This is a very inspiring video here. But the thing that I was surprised with this morning, which was great about this project, and here's some of the partners we're working with. Obviously, I represent FamilySearch. Here's the Smithsonian, who we're helping to prepare these records for. OGS, our friends at the Afro-American Historical and Genealogical Society, are holding indexing events all around the country with all their leaders. Obey Convincible. Ken Vincible, thanks for joining us today. And then to get started and volunteer. But here's the kicker. I don't know if any of you are watching on the World Wide Web, maybe, that aren't necessarily in oh, hey, how you doing, man? Glad you jumped on and know how to get on Periscope. But I was just telling him about the 16%. So the other day, we were only at 12% done with this project. We are 16% done with this project now, which is exciting. We've had over 15,000 people who have helped us index the Freedmen's Bureau records. That's amazing. In fact, I'm going to, because I want to clap. I want to give props to anyone who has helped with this project at all, anyone who's watching now. I realize now that I got this crazy stuff written on my whiteboard behind me, so don't worry about that. But thank you for everybody who's taken the time to help. Family Tree Girl, hey, how you doing? Glad you could join us. And just want to thank everybody who's been involved. 15,000 is quite a bit, but we need more. We're only, like I said, look back on the screen, we're only 16% done with the project. And we want to get all of the project done. Good morning. And let me just do a quick shout out here real quick. Everybody that's watching, tell me where you are from, because I just want to make sure I'm capturing where people are from. We've got about 14 people who are watching live via Periscope right now. So if you'll just take a moment, just type where you're from. So we've got Saving Stories. Robin's from South Carolina. How you doing? Saw a lovely picture on Facebook this morning. I don't know if you want me to show that. Got Denver, Colorado. All right. Not next door to me a little bit from Utah. Virginia is in the house. Thank you, Family Tree Girl. Alabama. I didn't realize that. Alabama. And Kellen Fink has joined now. And where are you from, Kellen Fink? We'd love to know where you are from. Here, let me see. I've got a bunch of notifications. That's the reason why. Let's see if I can find that picture from this morning. Oh, here it is. So if you're on the Worldwide Indexing event, and flip it over here to you. So if you're on Facebook on the Worldwide Indexing event, this was last night. I know this morning we're at 70,000, but here's my friend Robin in South Carolina who completed her batch last night of Freedmen't Bureau records. That just warms my heart to see that people like her out there helping to make these records available, helping. It's going to help the Black family, those who are searching for their African American roots, even if they aren't Black, to be able to discover the names of the individuals that are in these records. So you can get past, obviously, that brick wall that we all run into at the 1870 census. Some records exist before then, but there's just so much out there in these records and these stories that they tell. In fact, I'm going to kind of dig into maybe one of the stories that I ran into, which I thought was interesting. And I can show you kind of how to do that through the system and things like that. So Robin, thank you much for posting that. So I see Dear Myrtle has joined. How you doing, Pat? I challenge all of you, since I just showed that on the screen, screen of Robin, obviously. Since I showed that, I'm going to challenge all of you. The challenge is, I know this part of the Worldwide Indexing event, I'm trying to make this whole thing viral. So what I want you to do is take a picture of you actually completing a batch, just like Robin did. Once you've completed a batch, if you work on one today, take a picture, upload it to the Worldwide Indexing event page, and tag people to help you. I know most of you who are on here, Linda from GA, how you doing? Most of you who have already started, indexing and doing this, you've already done several batches and stuff like that, and we appreciate it. We want 100,000 individuals who've done at least one batch to join this event. So if you're able to do another batch today, today's the last day, August 14th is where it ends. If you can do another batch today, give me a heart. Give me some hearts. Show me some love. Let me know that you might be able to do some batches today. Hey, no hearts. Tap the screen if you want to give me some hearts. If you can do a batch today, that's great. Take a picture of it, upload it to the Worldwide Indexing event, and then you can tag other friends, people who might not have gotten involved, right? And I've done that as well. I've tagged people and said, hey, I'd love to see your batch. And they're like, well, what do you do? How do you get started? Stuff like that. So I'm going to switch back over to my screen and just let you know. So folks are watching online. That's good. I know we've got folks online. I wish I could interact with them more though. But here is the URL, the website that if you want to take people to, and it's hard for me. Maybe I'll just go up a little closer so you can see the URL. But FamilySearch.org/indexing-event-2015 is the URL that you can put out there. If someone wants to put that in the chat for everybody, FamilySearch.org/indexing-event-2015. If you want to chat that. That's if you've got folks that have never indexed before or want to Oh, Angela said hello. Hey, thank you, Angela. If you got folks who want to join this event who have not done anything, today is the last day. Have them go to this website, have them click get involved, which, there obviously takes them back to the Facebook page and things like that. But you can also scroll down. They can learn how to become an indexer. So becoming an indexer requires some things here, like getting started to download the indexing program. If you are on here and you may not have indexed before, you just saw me post this and don't know what I'm doing or what's going on, we're going to get into the indexing in a little bit. I'm just kind of setting things up here, setting the stage. But you'll need to get the FamilySearch indexing program to participate in the Worldwide Indexing event and to participate in the Freedmen't Bureau project. So either way, you're going to need to go to like I said, we started there, but you could also go just simply to FamilySearch.org. Let's go here and go to indexing, overview, get started. There's the Worldwide Indexing event again. Here's get started. And then you download the program. The program is a desktop software program, basically. So you download it. Hi, Mirror's Edge. How you doing? A couple other folks have joined too. So let me know where you're from as you're joining in and piping in with us on Periscope Live. That's great to know. And if others are watching and know somebody who's on Periscope, let them know so I know where they're from. But I was saying, to get started with this, just download the program. And then once you've downloaded the program, then that's when you'll need to, if you haven't, you can create a free FamilySearch account. If you already have a free FamilySearch account, then you just use that to log in and get started. So, so that's, if people need to know how to get started, you can direct them here. You can send them to FamilySearch.org indexing overview, or you can send them back. Like I said before, I didn't see anybody post it in the in here, but if they go to FamilySearch.org/indexing event 2015, I know you can't really see that very well. There we go for you. Then they can get started. And so we want you, that's the challenge now. I hope you all caught that challenge. Give me hearts if you heard my challenge. My challenge is for those of us who have already indexed to invite somebody else, tag them on Facebook, take a picture. If you're doing a batch today, take a picture of that completed batch, upload it, put it on your Facebook, put it on the Worldwide Indexing event, and ask people to get involved with you. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing this right now, actually, is because I want more people to be involved. Our goal is 100,000 volunteers in 1 week. That means, back to the screen, you get 100,000 volunteers in 1 week. That would be just amazing if we could get that many. As of last night, let's see, I think, well, we closed the night at like 69,198, but I also saw a number this morning closer to 70,000. We're not quite there yet. We've got 1 day to go. We've made a great effort. By far, we've surpassed what we've ever done before. As I was talking to the folks here at FamilySearch, actually yesterday or the other day, many of you might have seen, I posted it on Instagram. I took a picture of all of us that were sitting in a room indexing on Wednesday afternoon, or was that? Yeah, Wednesday afternoon. And on there was a woman who actually is running the Worldwide Indexing event. She told me last year they had 66,000 people who actually participated in the Worldwide Indexing event in 1 day. Well, that put a load on the system. There was, servers down. I know people were mad. I'm not trying to throw my people under the bus, but people were mad because there was so much traffic that it made it challenging for people to actually do what they wanted to do that day. But we had 66,000 volunteers. So far we've surpassed that. It's been a week. We're about 70,000. Our goal was 100. I need your help. I know there's only 18 of us that are on Periscope right now. There's several that are probably watching the live stream. And if you're watching the replay, thank you so much for taking the time to watch the replay. But ask somebody else to join you today. Today is the last day. So that's the last I'm going to do on kind of my sales pitch of things. So I want to give some time to you. It's been about 15 minutes jumping into here. I want to give the opportunity for you all to interact with me if you want to ask questions. This is not just a, hey, Pat, thank you, dear Myrtle. Myrt's gonna challenge somebody else to do it today. Are you going to challenge somebody else to do it today? Let me know. Comment. Give me some feedback. this is the way Periscope works. Periscope only works really when people chat while you're talking, so that you can kind of keep the conversation going. I can go where you want to go. I know there's several of you that are on now. I actually can't. I'm trying to see who all is on here. I see Shanna's been throwing some hearts at me. Kenneth's been throwing hearts. Thank you, Regina, for all the hearts. Robin's been showing some love too. Actually, Myrtle's been doing the most hearts. So who's going to out heart Pat and dear Myrtle? Linda, thank you for the hearts as well. I didn't realize I could. This is my first time going back to it. So you guys are seeing me kind of look at stuff live. I didn't here. Let's get this out of here. There we go. Okay, there we go. More hearts, more love. Thank you. Janelle LV. Hey, I think I know who that Janelle is. Thanks for joining, Janelle. So any questions so far? Anything? Just, I need feedback. I need something. I can't just talk for an hour myself. So holler. All right. That's great, Robin. Thank you for that. What experiences are you having? Okay, so we got Mert. We're going to be doing a dedicated indexing blitz the second Wednesday each month. Hey, Janelle says, hey, hi, Janelle. You got to tell me where you're from, Janelle. That was the rule when you jumped in, is people got to tell me where they're at. And so dear Myrtle is on Wednesdays doing an indexing kind of blitz every Wednesday on her Google Hangout. So if y'all don't know, follow dear Myrtle, who's been on this program or been on this scope today. Follow her and get excited, jump in on them. They do Google Hangouts. Okay, so love Janelle. Trying to figure this out. Hey, she's from Blue Springs, Missouri. All right, 7 p.m. Mountain Time every Wednesday. I saw a question about what Freedmen projects do people start with. And I love the chatter back and forth, folks. Y'all know each other out there. So to answer Shanna's question, actually, I might turn to actually my indexing program. So if you see me looking off camera, it's only because I'm actually looking at my screen and trying to work there as well. So don't think I'm not paying attention to y'all because I'm talking. But Shanna asked a good question. What projects do you start with if you're doing the Freedmen's Bureau project? This is just my opinion. Janelle, you can chime in here too, because now that you're on, you can text and let people know. Janelle, by the way, is our indexing support trainer, just worldwide superstar when it comes to understanding indexing and how the platform works and how we've structured this project and all this kind of stuff. So she's the nuts and bolts. I'm just the hype man. I'm just the marketing guy, and woo, everybody, let's get excited. She's where the rubber meets the road. So if you've got any thoughts and feedback, please jump in, type, thanks for the hearts. Keep, if there's anything you like when you hear stuff, just heart it. Go ahead and heart it. So there's another person who just joined. I don't know who that is. It says Lammy's99 just joined us. So thank you for joining us. Ken's back. Oh, hey. Okay, Angela's going to announce a challenge on her podcast today on the African Roots podcast. So see, I can give a lot of love to you folks and shout outs to the African Roots podcast going to happen today. Angela Walton Raji will be doing that. And we'll be talking about this indexing challenge. So if you want me to give you a shameless plug, I will give you a shameless plug. I have no shame in my game whatsoever. Not a ton of us that are on Periscope right now. This is a new platform for many of the folks that I've reached out to get started today. But there are people who will watch the replay and who will want to, I'm going to try and actually record the replay and post it and hold it for longer. But I need to get back. Remember, I told you earlier that Periscope is great for ADD. Am I right? Give me a heart if you think that I'm rambling and I'm jumping all over the place. Because I am. I feel like I am. So back to Shanna's question. See, there were the hearts coming. Tom is all over the place. So I'm gonna switch to the screen right. And I'm just going to share kind of my thoughts. So I've logged in, I've downloaded and logged in, uploading selfie to Facebook now, Mert, thank you. I've logged into the indexing program, and then from the program, there I'm able to choose the batches that I want to download and use, right? So I'm clicking now to download a batch. I've already got a batch that I'm working on. And one thing you'll know, and you've got to let others know if you're teaching anybody who's doing this, that usually when you pop up the program, it's gonna show you preferred projects. Now, FamilySearch is indexing lots of projects right now. And so Freedmen's Bureau is just one of hundreds of projects. Hey, Kenneth's about to upload his selfie too. But since we've got so many projects, we do put some preferred projects out there. Right now, because of some of the complexity with the Freedmen's Bureau project, it's not shown up in the list of preferred projects. So I'm going to click on Show All Projects, and hopefully this will work. Uh-oh. Don't tell me that. Okay, I'm flipping back to me because, okay. It's just me. It was me. It was not the indexing program. But you can see that if you show all projects, there are projects from all over the world happening right now. You see things, I've got it listed, from Argentina. So as part of the Worldwide Indexing event, if you've got friends, they don't necessarily need to do the Freedmen's Bureau projects to actually, help with the Worldwide Indexing event. In fact, there's so many of these that are, you see now, we've got, Argentina, Australia, Belgium. So we've got some French things that need to be done, Portuguese, Chilean stuff that's out there, El Salvador and Ecuador. You got Spain and France and Guatemala. We've got lots of international projects that need some help as well. So if you know folks who speak a language, please encourage them to come help us index those records, because that's a unique challenge. Now, as you scroll down, once you've shown all projects, you'll see all the state projects, and then you'll get to the U.S. Freedmen's Bureau projects here. So there's labor contracts. I'm actually going to kind of spread this out so maybe you can see this. And again, I apologize that this is not the best that you can see, but hopefully you get the gist. You can see what are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different Freedmen's Bureau record batches, project types that you can do. Within those, there are several batches, right? Janelle, correct me if I'm wrong on any of this. But so Shanna asked about which ones should you start with. So let me tell you my experience real quick. I'll come back. So I obviously I'm a novice to all of this, and I keep saying that, and everybody's gonna start calling me out because I've been doing this now for several months, but not to the length that some of you all like Angela and Shelley and Robin and other folks who are watching too that are, hardcore professional genealogists, been doing this for a long time. So I'm a novice, so even in indexing, I haven't done a lot. And so when I got this project with work, I was like, okay, let me jump in. And I started doing some stuff, and I was like, I cannot read this writing. I don't understand what's going on. And it was crazy because the day after the announcement, thank you for giving me credit for learning. But the day after the announcement, I went and tried to teach a group of friends here in Salt Lake how to do this, not really knowing how to do it myself. But, I put myself out there like I am on Periscope today. I jumped into it and I learned, and it was a disaster. Let me tell you, that experience that day was kind of a disaster trying to help other people get started. And the reason was because I picked the wrong, I didn't know which projects to pick. I didn't know what, where to go, how to get started really, and I was trying to teach other people. So since then, I have been schooled by the wonderful Janelle and other folks on where to start and what to work on. It is a learning experience. And I want to be real with folks that are watching this too, is because you're not going to jump in. These projects, if you on the screen, these are all, it says intermediate level projects. These are not beginning projects because of what the records themselves contain. It wasn't done in kind of a, I hate to say systematic, but it's not like a census record where there were straight columns in 1940 and every enumerator was trained the same way to write the exact same things, and there was little variation, so it made it easy to index. These projects aren't as easy to index. That's why they're listed as intermediate. And so, getting back to what she said, they're all very different. The one that I found myself that's been the best, and y'all gonna put me to the test, this is live right now, are labor contracts, indentures and apprenticeships. Actually, maybe, nah, I think I'm going to go with that one. Hey, thank you for the help. I love the help. I love having family out there to do this. So I'm going to go, the labor contracts, actually. I'm going to go and open this batch of labor contracts. And the reason why is what I found in labor contracts is, well, that's not going to work. See, I'm already seeing the articles of agreement, and this is heavy cursive. I mean, it'll take some time to read and do, but you can get through it. What was the other one? Somebody remind me. The other day I was talking to somebody. What was it? I got to find the right batch. So while I'm going to talk and try and find the right ones to start with. I remember it was such a good experience too when I did it, when I showed it to them. I don't know if it was land and property records, registers of claims, registers and applications of rations. What I was trying to find actually was one that uses a form. Actually, let's look at education records. So I'm opening up some education records. So here's Janelle. We're looking at claims. Okay, here's an education record. Okay, so don't know how well you can all see this, but here's a form. Obviously, it was the Memphis sub-district. I can actually zoom in on that for y'all. Let's see if you can see that. Let me go back one. Here's the Memphis sub-district. There's a Lieutenant Colonel Fred Palmer, gave a monthly report of Sub-Assistant Commissioner Agent in the District of Memphis, Tennessee in April 1868, right? Education records aren't difficult. Try those. So see, Shanna, now you're hearing. We did 2 batches of education records. Oh, we're NED. Oh, that means non-extractable data. So on this one, this would be a non-extractable data image as well. But here, as I got a little bigger, maybe I need to change my screen a little bit. So here's Sub-Assistant Commissioner Agent's monthly report, right? So here's a report. Now, again, I want to stress, again, the project instructions part. So if you look there, there's always, with every project instructions. There's sample images. So here's the Sub-Assistant Commissioner's monthly report, which is one that we're looking at right now. There's also field helps. So as you see here, we're on this image type, and it's asking us, but I'm going to go to table entry, and it's going to say a field help. And so now here the field help talks about race, and if the race was abbreviated, you can tell what the abbreviation stands for. I tell people all the time, before you index anything with these, regardless of what, it's tricky, and my example obviously is not working for Shanna and those who are watching the replay, so I am sorry. I'm gonna open up some education records though, or maybe the land records that Janelle said earlier. Type in what you said earlier, Janelle, because it's gone away. So what was I saying? Oh, I tell people when they get started, couple things, tips to get started, and you can say the same thing or you can correct me or help me as well, because this is all a community type of thing we're trying to do. But I always say, open the batch first of all, and look at every image in the batch. First of all, read the project instructions as soon as you open the batch and see examples of the things that you're going to do. So if I go back here, here's the one that I was working on this morning that is not quite done yet. Hold on, it's coming up. Okay, and there's, where it says the project instructions there. Again, a little hard to see. Let me see if I can get a little closer for you all. Here's application for rations, register of rations, another register of rations, and a couple of things of how to index these records. And when you click on this stuff, it actually takes you to FamilySearch. And so you can see here where it tells you what kind of document you may be looking at on an application of rations issued, for example. And so that was where so this is the kind of document, registration and applications of rations issued. That may be the type of one that I'm working on, and that way I can get some more help and understanding of what that is. So I tell everybody, when you do that, just when you first get started, read the project instructions, click on all those little project instruction things to see the types of examples of what you're going to be doing. Also, look at every image and go through every image with the fine-tooth comb. Instead of just typing stuff right away, You see that first image, you know it's a normal image, you see the freedmen's information and all the individuals listed on there that you need to index. But I actually, a lot of times if there's 5 images in a batch, you may see that happen again. The other day, last Friday, actually, I crowdsourced. It was great. I had such a wonderful time with people helping me. In fact, I'm going to go actually to our Facebook group, which I'm going to plug here. But I had a question on a name that I had found here, and I'll show you. You got a good form on claims. I wish you could, can you share that batch with me? If you can share the batch within the program, then maybe I can show folks, Janelle, on here exactly how to do this. But if you already aren't, and again, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but if you already aren't in here, we have a Freedmen's Bureau Project Indexers Facebook group. So come on Facebook and come to here's what it looks like when you land on it, called the Freedmen's Bureau Project Indexers Facebook group. Anybody who's working on these, any societies, any organizations, any people, friends, families, neighbors, dogs, well, not dogs and cats, I'm just being silly, but anybody you want that's working on these Freedmen's Bureau, please have them join this Facebook group. This is the way we're going to be able to do kind of some informal stuff, do kind of informal, back and forth, but also this is where Janelle is going to be posting some training, tips and tricks. I'll maybe try and see if I can post this replay on here. Join this group. But I was making a point about one of the batches I was working on. So here is where I had looked on this document, and here I'm just going to do this. So I was wondering how to do this name, right? So here it is on the batch. I took a screenshot, I posted it here on Facebook, and I asked people to help me out. And what a couple of people pointed out is, one, I had just a totally different name. I had this Isa or whatever. Sconyers Roots. That means Tommy's on, I think. How you doing, bruh? Thanks for joining us today. Somebody posted on my timeline and just tagged me. I don't know if I'll be able to catch that, but we'll see. But with this name, as it appeared on here, I did not see that it was Sarah Lomax until someone told me to look. Hey, from the UK coming in. All right, first one from across the pond. Give some hearts out to Angel McLean 11 for that, for coming over from the UK to watch us. But if I wouldn't have asked people, I would have not known to actually look at other documents and other places in the batch to see if this name appeared. And so my whole point in showing you this was that, when you jump into a batch, you want to look at all the images in there and read all the names, because you may see or think it's spelled one place on one image, but actually if you look at another image and it's the same story, a lot of times the batches are like one court case, or they're all grouped together because they're associated in some way. Not every time, Janelle, correct me on that, but not every time, but a lot of times you get a batch and it's 5 different things that all pertain to the same event, whether it's, a court case or, an application for ration where you have a cover sheet, you have the actual application, you may have a signature page. I'm getting hard, so people must be agreeing with me on there. So take the time. The best handwriting trick in the book is to just read through it multiple times. Go through it before you start to type. Look at all the images and then determine from all those images what you'll be doing. And that will save you time later, because you may go through the first image, document it one way, and then get to the 5th image and be like, oh, no, totally, it looks different on this one, but it's the same case and it's the 3rd page, and so now I need to go back and I need to change it, all that kind of stuff. You don't want to have to do that. So that's my advice with any project, regardless of the complexity of it. So Janelle, you're gonna have to walk me through now, because I'm gonna see if I can, if I see the batch. I have to figure out the batch number, right? So I want to go ahead and view a shared batch, but I need that batch number. Oh, throw it up again. I was looking at my screen. I didn't type in that batch number. If you can throw that up again for me, then I can show people. Double tap screen for hearts. Thank you, Angel McLean. Thank you. I love getting hearts. That makes me feel good. That warms my heart. So 517408. 8166. Let's see. Hey, there we go. Let's see. Okay, got it. This is how this works. Isn't this cool, folks? Hearts if you like what's happening here, like how we're doing this. So I know we can't all be on at the same time and you can't hear everybody, but here, is this the right one here for you, Janelle? Was this the one that I'm supposed to be looking at? So here it is. You've got this memoranda case of it takes some time for me, but there's a Lucy something. Y'all know who knows what it is right now. If you can tell what this woman's name is looking on the screen, on my screen, more power to you, but I can't get that last name. But anyway, so Janelle shared with me this batch and said that maybe the Register of Claims, Pensions, and Bounty Claims might be a good place to start, Shanna. So the best thing to do is, as I've done it, is, can you look for mine, please? White. Thank you. See, that is awesome. That we've got people out there that know more than I do, and therefore can help me understand, what I need to do. So thank you, Regina, for that. I really appreciate you being able to. Now I've got something going on with my screen here. Let me see if I can get rid of this. Oh, there we go. Got rid of it. Okay. So Lucy White, mother. And so with anything, practice makes perfect. And what I've been trying to do is I'm trying to do it myself and then immediately try and go teach someone else. Right. So here's one where there was a form. And so you see the image. I'm going to go ahead and type normal image. And then I always use, here's form entry. So here's the things that they want: the given name, surname, event, month, day, year. There's a lot more information that's on here, which is really cool. But this is what you need, the minimum stuff to index. And like you said, always go to what? The field help. Okay, so there's that number again, 51740-8166. 51740-8166. It's faded and it's gone. Okay, so always use those field helps to know what it is you need to type in there. There's a lot of information on these because they were done in a form. So that was the first image. So here's actually the second image, and I'm gonna make this just a little bit smaller for you. So here's another one. This one might not actually have the data that we need, but again, March 29th, 1867. This is so cool. This is history. Pat, what did you say? You said you're in a batch right now, Shanna. So are you actually indexing while we're doing this, which is what I said. So here's the third one. But Pat said it earlier on here. She said that indexing these records are the stories of our heritage, right? And I honestly believe that. That is one thing felt and learned as I've done this. It's like I spend too much time on a batch, to be honest. I may spend 30 minutes on a batch and it's only 5 images, but I read the whole thing. I try and really understand what's going on, and I want to, and the reason I do that is twofold. Is, don't worry about it, Janelle. Thank you for coming back. The reason that I go through the whole thing is, one, to understand what's really going on, and two, I put myself in the position of the person, the family member who wants to know about their family member. So, I'm looking for the Tom Baines family in the Freedmen't Bureau records right now. I would hope that somebody who's indexing would take the time to understand and make sure that they're indexing it right, and that they're getting the full story and they understand the family, because it makes a difference if they're able to find them. If you, and not, again, I'm not trying to, no way, shape, or form am I saying you have to get it perfect. You do not have to get indexing perfect. You do your best, whatever you can see. I thank Regina for helping me get Lucy White out there. Because I wouldn't have known that was White, but the White family is looking for Lucy and looking for that information. And so reading that whole thing kind of just says, it's not just keying things on, your desk. It's not just, typing in letters on a page. It's you're helping somebody else discover their family stories. Can I get an amen? Can I get a few hearts on that? and you all have been chatting and throwing out some great things there, so I appreciate it. So just take the time. Thank you, Shanna. I saw earlier you said you never can take too long on a batch, right? You can't. So take the time and know these stories. What's interesting is once I didn't know this, but my girl Courtney told me yesterday that I can see my arbitration results, right? So I've done my batches, right? And so now back here, and it was cool because I didn't know this until the other day, but once you've indexed, you can go back and actually grab those stories of those individuals that you did. So here, maybe that was too quick. I'll go back. I clicked here, review batches in the indexing platform, right? And so now I need to, something happened here, Janelle. The other day I was able to, here's my history. See, record submitted. Okay, this is all I've done on this. Don't look at my numbers because you'd be like really, really disappointed in me. Let me see if I can review batches and see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so let me go here and log in real quick because I want to show you this. I might need to sign in first. That's what I'm doing. So thank you. And then let me put this here. I got to be silent while I put in my password. Hopefully, I did it wrong. You know what? I need to look at the screen. Okay, this should be right. No, come on. Don't tell me this. Just bear with me, y'all. I know that you don't like seeing people just type. Oh, that's why I didn't do that. I know why. It should be right now. No! Oh, no, I did it wrong. It happens, doesn't it? Janelle, I need the... myself out of the system now. And I can't show, but, wait, I can do it a different way. Okay, so I've only because people are watching, right? That's what happens when you try and do a live demo and log in. This is weird. I'm really having some challenges here. So hold on. Y'all are watching me now instead of watching my screen, and I'm hoping that takes the pressure off. Okay, sign in. Yes. Let me see if I can see my history. I don't know if I can see this. So maybe you can projects. I'm trying to see if I can see here projects. No. Let me see. I can't get to it. So maybe I'm doing arbitration results are helpful. I'm glad you guys are having fun watching me do this and make a fool of myself. Okay, so go back and click on the link again. Okay, thank you. Janelle helped me out, so let me go back. I'm going to go back into the indexing platform. Okay, so I'm in the indexing platform. She's going to walk me through it, okay? And now I'm going to click on Review Batches, which is going to take me here. And there's the one I did. Okay, so 91% agreement. So I might have made a few mistakes there. See how this works? But cool thing, okay? This is the labor contract I did. Hopefully you all can see this. So stated. Oh, this was a different one. Interesting. This is. You know what? I think you did this one actually, Janelle. Or I don't know because I know we shared on this specific account the Discover Freedman one that I created. I don't remember this one, or maybe I did this one early and I didn't realize it. So doesn't matter. Anyway, this is the story, right? So I've already done this, and now I'm going back in. Cool thing, right now I'm going to show you. I can copy the image, right? And now I'm going to open up another program, and I'm going to paste it. Y'all see that real quick? I'm going to make this a little wider and then zoom in. And here is the document, y'all, that I actually indexed. So now that I've finished indexing, I can actually go back in and pull up the document. And I can post this on Facebook, all right, because it's an image. Or I can share this story. Like, these are the types of things that I, for one, Would love to see people posting on our Freedmen't Bureau Project Indexers group. So remember, we have this Facebook group. It's 8:45. Some new people have joined. Other people have joined, dropped off. Maybe you're on the replay. Thank you for joining us. If you can, join our Freedmen's Bureau Project Indexers Facebook group. Nikki Williams Sebastian is our administrator, the one who created it. But these are the types of things that you could easily post, right? So I put that down there. Let me see. Let me go back to this real quick. I'm going to save, and I'll just put it on my desktop as just untitled, just for speed's sake. Come back up here, and I'm going to, add my little picture from my desktop. And there it is. And now I can tell the story associated with it, right? So now I can talk to other people about my experience, and I can share the document that meant so much to me as an indexer. But more importantly, it's going to mean so much to the individual who's able to find their family in those records. That's what we're all about. That's what we're trying to do. That's what this worldwide indexing event is all about. It's about getting people engaged that maybe have not been engaged before, getting 100,000 people to index at least one batch by tonight. And I need your help. The Freedmen't Bureau Project is personally meaningful to me, obviously, because I got family. I already told you about Baines' family. If y'all read the Time article, that was my great-grandfather Baines, dapper dude. In fact, I got to show that picture just because it's just fun to do. Let me see, Tom Baines JPEG. Here we go. If y'all didn't see it, here's my great-granddaddy, Thom Baines. And there was an article, Time.com ran an article the other day about the Freedmen't Bureau Project. Isn't he handsome? More hearts for Thom Baines. Come on now. Y'all got to give a lot of hearts to Thom Baines. But that Time article talked about my journey specifically and why I'm involved in this work. You all are out there helping, and I so much appreciate it. I so appreciate your time this morning. I want to, it's 8:47. I realized time, from 8:15 to 8:47 just went like that. I didn't even realize what's going on. Shanna had a great question that got us off on a tangent. I want to make sure I've got time to answer any other questions. So if you got stuff in the chat, you want to talk, you want to say some things, you want to help in any way, shape, or form, now's your time to throw it out there. Those on the replay will also be able to see it. Again, I encourage you to do your own batch. Take a picture once you've completed that batch. I was going to try and do it today. I was hoping that I'd be able to actually index while I was here, but I thought that was going to be way too boring to watch me try and figure out, names and stuff like that. Although Regina helped me with that with Lucy White. So maybe I should do a Periscope and just ask for people to help me as I'm actually doing the batch. But take a picture, post it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you want to. Tag people, invite others to join us, help us out with the Worldwide Indexing event. Help fuel the find. That's the hashtag of the event, is fuel the find. What it is providing the fuel, providing the details, the documents, the images, and that index associated with it so people can find their ancestors and have those meaningful discoveries in their life that connect their families for generations. That sounded good. I crack myself up sometimes. I didn't even, that just came out. That wasn't even anything I rehearsed at all. So this is fun, y'all. So any other thoughts before I'm about to sign off? I'm going to stop the broadcast here in a minute. I want to give you a chance. There's 14 active on right now. So anybody got anything else? Family Tree Girl giving lots of hearts. I really appreciate that. Shelly, thank you. Kenneth, thank you. Robin, appreciate your support. Everybody's support out here. This is wonderful. You see Baines there. So we're gonna. If there's not any more. Leezy Hawk just joined. Leezy Hawk, where are you from? We're just finishing up. Hopefully you catch the replay. Lots of good stuff we shared today on Periscope. Just a different way to present this information. Shanna, thank you. I know you're excited to get some Freedmen's done. Obviously, people, Kansas City. All right. People, if you do a batch for Freedmen's Bureau, please invite others to do a batch. Obviously, these records contain, information and stories on a lot of African Americans, a lot of Americans, though, as well. I mean, it was the Bureau, Angela's going to help me, the Bureau of Refugees, Freedmen, and Abandoned Lands. So it was not all blacks. There were whites who had, homes that were destroyed through the war or lands that were taken away, and they needed those things restored. In fact, that was one of the cases that I wanted to show you was when a gentleman, it appeared to me that it was a white gentleman who had moved to Illinois but lived in Kentucky and needed a federal attorney to represent him on a case he had in Kentucky, and petitioned the Bureau to allow this person to be his attorney. That's the story. That was like a cool document. That was what I indexed on Wednesday. But there's lots of stories for people. So tell people to get, we have to block that one. Sorry about that. Tell people to join and be a part of this as well, because their family may actually be a part of these records, and it's their stories as well. So, Shanna, thank you for helping. I invite everyone to invite more people, to invite 2, 3, 4 people. And Pat, I don't think you're still on anymore, but every Wednesday night, Dear Myrtle and the Google Hangout, they're going to be focusing on indexing every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. Angela Walton Raji is doing the African Roots podcast today, is going to talk about the Wednesday night, indexing blitz. I said I'd do some shameless plugs. I might have missed a few, so I apologize to folks out there. The way Periscope works, just as I sign off, is that this link will only be active for 24 hours. So Periscope is all about you jumping in right away. Hey, Natural Mama. That's my wife, Lisa. How you doing, baby? It's only available for 24 hours, and so it's going to be ending. What I'm going to try and do, though, is tonight or when I'm at home, and my wife's on now, so she knows I'm going to be working at home, I'm going to try and take this recording as it plays back and record it through some other means so that I can actually have it for a longer time. But it's only available for 24 hours. So if for some reason I can't do that, tell all your friends, neighbors, dogs, cats, kittens, giraffes, whatever, to come watch this and be a part of what we're trying to do and learn what we're trying to do. So thank you, everybody. Again, I'm going to sign off by going back to our worldwide indexing event. Facebook. I'm actually got to leave this page on Facebook. Join us, worldwide indexing event. Do like Robin did earlier. And, I know this is updated. It's 70-something thousand. I've seen another one that said 70. Actually, you know what? I'm going to switch because I saw it here. Here it is. I told you I saw Janelle, 70,680. All right. There we go. Tom Sconiers, thank you, sir, for correcting us. That's where we're at, everybody. Hearts and love to everybody that's been participating. This has been great. Thank you today for your time. I'm going to go ahead and sign off.